Hello, fellow flames. My name is Dr. Harmony, and I will help you live fearless, live loved, and live free. Today, I'm bringing you a very powerful, energetic message for the 9-9 portal that represents graceful power as we deliver the feminine Christ consciousness to the planet. I've been on a very deep inward quest for the last month at least. As we know, it's been a long time for a lot of us. But the feminine Christ consciousness, the goddess energy, this grace and femininity has been being embodied by so many of our divine feminine females in the last few months. It has picked up speed. So today I just want to share with you and take you on a little quest that I've been on this week. And I want you to know that this quest and my being here today and sharing this with you was not intentional. It was not planned. But yet it's divine. It's so perfectly divine that I was guided and directed here in the exact message that I want to share with you today. Has really been what I've been living out in the last month and living out over the last few days and bringing into form. And it's about graceful power. And as I said, today is the 9-9 portal for this. 9-9 representing the divine femininity and going forward with grace. So in the last month, I've had a project that's been coming forth, and it's to bring in more of the femininity, the elementals, and the goddess energy into myself, embodying that and taking that forth to share with others through goddess retreats. And so I've been in preparation for this. And that I've had several projects, and this particular week has been on a quest of these feminine projects that I'm embodying as I'm creating some things to deliver for multiple types of projects that I will be sharing with you in the future. But as I have mentioned, you cannot take a quest and a journey to share without going on some form of an inward journey in the process. And so as I've gotten closer to this project, I was being put more and more to the test of acting from my divine feminine place, coming from a place of grace, but yet power, pulling in all of my elements. And I have learned 4 key principles, 4 key things that represent this femininity right now in this portal. And I want to share those with you. I'm also going to share with you a little bit about this location where I'm at and a little bit about a channeled message that I received, one of the deepest channeled messages I've ever received from Mother Mary just a little bit ago. So in these codes, the first code that's coming in for us to use within our feminine power and energy is to remember to step into power, but do it with grace. But in order to do so, it is going to require some deep, deep fear. In the last few days, have been forced to face some deep shadows, and those shadows I've cleared very quickly. I've been operating on Sorry everyone, I'm not sure if this is back on as the same video or not. However, we got disconnected. There's minimal Wi-Fi here, but I promise you'll want to hear this message. So please have patience and stay tuned, which is probably a representation of our femininity, to be patient with how things come in. That would be a very good example of that. I've had many things planned and over the last month, and this week they were to all come into this portal, and I've had to learn how to go with the flow and bring to the table or rise to the top of what's the most important and let go really quickly of the things that maybe aren't as important. Maybe I said that they were, but it really wasn't part of the project. And so I had to get out of the way and allow this project to unfold in the way it wanted to unfold. And to do that requires a lot of, first of all, as I said, for me personally, I have been going so deep into my shadows of coming out so much further, hitting things like abandonment, hitting things of being seen, hitting things of being out of my element. You know, I've been recording out of my home office this week and been more in a studio setting, more in outdoor locations. And it's been so beautiful. And at the same time, it is strenuous. It does take work and it takes action. But what I found is at the moments that I felt like I was at my breaking point of, can I do this? Am I good enough to do this? I've When you don't know, if you have inside of you what it takes to do what you thought you needed to do or what you're being asked to do, because I can promise you about 90% of what I've done in this last month, I never even knew was coming in. And I've had to get ready, get prepared, and just open up and say, okay, I'm the vessel, I will do it. And it's causing me to go into deeper places, to come out more, and it's stretching me. And it can be uncomfortable on one end, but that's going to take that being uncomfortable to go further out on the limb. And that's where I said you got to dig deep. So the first principle in this femininity is to stand in that power. You're going to have to dig deep and do not give up. Transform, turn that power into a sense of empowerment. Turn that fear, I should say, into a sense of empowerment that will allow you to own your own light, to own your own truth, and to realize that the only person that is really judging this, or the only person that is sabotaging this, is you. And so it's facing yourself in that pit and saying, you know, it doesn't matter what anybody else thinks. What matters is what I think, and that what I believe and what I feel. No one can feel for me. There's nothing or no one can make me feel exhausted or make me feel tired or make me feel sabotaged or abandoned. It's all inside. So dig deep and find that power within. The second thing is learning to go with the flow. As I said with this project, so many pieces, there's too much, and it was about filtering through what was necessary and letting go of the rest really quickly, and learning how to manipulate days and manage, like, my schedule for this project has gotten flipped around so many times. But what happened is, in the flipping around was divine order. And had I pulled out of alignment, out of the grace of allowing this project to come together, it would not have turned out the way I know within it was supposed to. And that's allowing that vessel to open up, allowing the heart to open up, allowing us to embody and embrace that grace. So going with the flow is really stepping into your grace. And this is a very powerful, powerful feminine quality that we need to take forth in that feminine Christ. And then that way we can move forward in this power and grace, finding the balance between that power and grace, and just enjoying that process instead of pulling ourselves in a place of the fear and the doubts and the worries and the wonders and the waiting of everything. So the third so important we don't view ourselves from the negative standpoint. And so really just be kind to yourself. And that's something I've really been learning this week myself. And all of this, so the fourth principle, all of this is allowing us to open up to receive. And that opening up and to embody that femininity of receptivity of our rewards, our love, our joy, our happiness, our peace, abundance. And if we don't go through the process of stepping in power to take the action we need to, and then such a way that we can do it with grace and then be gentle along the way and embrace that journey, then we are blocking ourselves from aligning with the portal of the femininity and the feminine Christ codes even coming into us. So now those are those four key principles. So dig deep, be able to go with the flow, be able to be kind to yourself, and open up to receive. That's what these codes are about. And so I am, just so you know where I am at the Black Madonna Shrine here in Eureka, Missouri. I'll give you a little tour of the grotto here. And I want you to know that I was actually supposed to have been here potentially Sunday, then potentially Monday, and then I switched it to Wednesday because something that somebody was going to help me with could only do Monday. And then that person couldn't do Monday, and so it got put back to Wednesday, and then it was going to be Friday, and today woke up and said, it's today. This is the 9-9 portal. This is the feminine. This is the grace. This is coming here in representation. I've been in this portal of divine feminine energy, opening and activating these codes all day, leading up to this, like this whole time. And I wanted to share this with you because it wasn't even planned to share this with you. But when I saw this and I knew it was the portal and I knew that I was downloading all these codes, I want to though, like, do a transmission. I don't even know what that's going to be, but I feel that just your presence is going to transmit the codes that I've been working with Mother Mary and Mary Magdalene. So they both have been in super, super powerful in the strength of them, the courage of them, the presence, I should say, the essence of who they are and their essence. It is really something that's been coming in. And so I would like to take a walk now around the grotto and take you with me and just let's go. We have St. Francis here. Had a beautiful ceremony with St. Francis a little while ago. So Mother Mary earlier anointed me with her aquamarine mantle. I want you to know I wore this aquamarine mantle here, but I didn't plan it. And I didn't also plan when I got this that it was even for here. It just came together because it got out of the way. And the aquamarine mantle represents compassion, peace. It represents divine love, kindness, grace, and humility. And that is walking through life with the divinity of the feminine Christ within you, the representation of the Christ Shakti. And I want to anoint you with those aquamarine Mother Mary mantle codes. So if you are watching this now or whenever you watch this, I want you just to close your eyes right now. I want you to take a really deep breath. I want you just to feel the grace reign over you. Activating your higher self chakras. starting at the golden gate at your 12th chakra, connecting to your divine grace that's connected to the divinity of your soul consciousness. Bringing that through the cosmic portal. Grace. The soul blueprint that came to enact, to live out, to embody. A feminine and her twin flame Saint Germain is also present. Receive. Sit back. If you can hear me, just continue to breathe, and I'll be with you in a minute as soon as I can get reconnected. Continue to breathe if you're still with me. Continue to receive those Christ codes in your heart, the feminine Christ codes, the Shakti energy. Activating your heart, breathing in the love and the light that you are. So I want to thank you guys for all of your love and your grace and support with me, for me, having been on this journey with me, following me from having shifted from my pit of hell into my expanded version of me. And as I continue to grow and continue to move into more of my own femininity, I came here to create a very special project, as I mentioned, and it became a personal journey that became even a massive personal connection once I was here, and I was just guided to share with you. So this is a gift for you on this 9/9 portal, and I would hope that you could take away, even it might have been choppy, just take away from it, realizing that it's beautiful however it turned out, and that's how this journey works. And if you can see the grace in whatever's been delivered on here, then you're getting close to being where you need to be walking in that empowerment of your femininity. So please like this if you liked it, and make sure to leave a comment below, and I will be continuing to do projects through the rest of this week, and I'll be back next week as usual. Sending you guys loads of love, light, liberation, grace, and power, and may you always face your fears, find freedom, and glow forward on fire. Namaste.